Today I'm going to talk about a topic I know you really enjoy. After all, who doesn't love a secret? Nothing is more exciting than discovering something that few people know, right? On an individual level, secrets are part of our personality because we don't always reveal everything about ourselves to others. In a collective context, secrets can bring people together and also cause intrigue. They always come with a sense of prohibition and a desire for their revelation. No wonder secret societies spark so much curiosity. With that in mind, I decided to talk a bit about 10 secret groups that are widely discussed on the internet. One of them is unification or death, better known as the Black Hand. It's not exactly a secret society, but a separatist group from Serbia that existed in the first decade of the 20th century. On June 28, 1914, a terrorist attack in Sarajevo resulted in the assassination of the heir to the Austro-Hungarian Empire, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, and his wife Sophie. The assassin was a member of an armed militia linked to the Black Hand. You might remember that this historic event was the trigger for the start of World War I. What you might not know or might not remember is that the Black Hand is considered the first terrorist group in history. The organization emerged in 1910, inspired by the unification movement of Italy in the 19th century. The Black Hand's goal was to separate the Balkans from the Austro-Hungarian Empire and promote the unification of Slavic peoples. After the trial, imprisonment, and death of its members, the Black Hand was disbanded in 1917. Another paramilitary group shrouded in mystery is the private company Blackwater. Although it's not a secret society, its questionable actions put it on this list. Founded in 1997 by Eric Prince, Blackwater aimed to develop military equipment and services. The company's name was inspired by the dark underground waters near its headquarters in North Carolina. In addition to technologies and equipment, the company began supplying soldiers to the US military, creating a private team that wasn't subject to military laws. Blackwater was accused of numerous human rights violations during the US invasions of Iraq. In 2010, the company was sold to a financial investment group and changed its name to Academy, continuing to offer the same services, but now on a global scale. Another intriguing group is the secret society Skull and Bones. Founded in the 19th century by students at Yale University in the United States. Its members are traditionally white, Protestant men from wealthy families. The society is known for its curious initiation ritual, where the novice is completely naked and lies in a coffin while senior members stand around. The initiate must reveal their sexual desires and most intimate secrets, promoting group unity through the shared knowledge of everyone's confessions. Even after graduation, members continue to meet annually on an island owned by the society, highlighting that only those with substantial wealth can be part of this exclusive group. Some journalists believe the group's primary goal is to exert social influence. To give you an idea, 3 American presidents were members of Skull and Bones: William Taft, George H.W. Bush, and George W. Bush. Unlike the previous group, there's another well-known one you've probably heard of: Freemasonry. Freemasonry is one of the secret societies that arouses the most curiosity. Its origins date back to the Middle Ages, when it was a professional community of builders providing materials and working on the construction of cathedrals, castles, and walls. In the 17th and 18th centuries, the group began conducting rituals, creating symbols, and developing unique interpretations of the world. Today, Freemasonry is present in many countries. You've likely seen a Masonic lodge in your city. These are the places where the group organizes and meets. Despite some differences between lodges, Freemasonry forms a fraternity among its members. Although they use some Christian symbols such as the Bible, Freemasons can belong to different religions. Contrary to what many believe, Freemasonry is not a religion, though it is based on moral and religious principles. The group often engages in philanthropic work and has a hierarchy divided into 3 degrees: apprentice, fellow craft, and master. After becoming a master mason, one can advance further through 30 additional degrees in the hierarchy. The group's meetings and rituals are conducted in secret, with access allowed only to Masons. Even among them, there is a difference in access to information, as each degree allows knowledge of certain types of information. Another interesting element is the use of symbols that refer to their origins as builders, such as the square, the stone, the compass, and the hammer. Another well-known secret society is the Rosicrucian Order, one of the oldest esoteric orders, which has influenced the creation of various mystical groups and philosophies around the world. One of the principles of the Rosicrucian Order is that its ritual techniques lead to the awakening of objective consciousness, the subconscious, and each being's relationship with the whole. According to stories about the order's origin, its founder was the monk, Christian Rosenkreuz. After traveling through the Middle East and Africa, he supposedly learned hidden secrets and decided to establish the order. Since there is no evidence of the monk's existence, many believe that the true creator of the order was the German theologian Johann Valentin Andrea, author of the books that narrate the mythical journeys of Rosenkreuz, symbolizing the order's foundation. Another secret society is the Ordo Templi Orientis, which is based on occultism. Its philosophical principles spread during the 1960s, especially among counterculture adherents during the tumultuous Cold War period. The counterculture emerged as a cultural movement advocating freedom and protesting against violence, contrasting with modern rationality. Many young people turned to mysticism and individual, subjective experiences. Despite its influence among the youth in the 60s, the order is much older. Originally linked to Freemasonry, in 1895, Austrian chemist Karl Kellner reformed the order after researching topics related to occultism and mysticism. Kellner believed he had found a key explanation for the mysteries of nature and the meaning of Masonic symbolism. With the influence of poet and writer Aleister Crowley, the order developed several famous philosophical theories, such as the New Age doctrine. According to this belief, each era or generation is characterized by a magical formula composed of axioms and symbols, which relates to the capacity for understanding oneself and the universe. Another doctrinal foundation is thelema, a word of Greek origin that can be translated as will or desire. This philosophy asserts that its members must find their true will or purpose in the world. The precepts of thelema were written by Aleister Crowley in the Book of the Law, which he claimed was written based on revelations from the entity Aiwass. Another occultist order you need to know about is the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. You've certainly heard of one of its famous members, Bram Stoker, the Irish writer of Dracula, the most famous Gothic novel in history. The Golden Dawn emerged in the 1880s in England and is considered a landmark in the revival of Western occultism. After the scientific and industrial revolutions, occultism and mysticism lost some of their influence over people. However, in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, various mystical groups emerged from the union of different currents. The Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn brought together a series of disconnected and diverse knowledge, such as Egyptian religions and Kabbalah. The group created rituals and influenced occultist philosophies. At its headquarters, the Isis Urania Temple in England, the order built 7 more temples, some in France and the United States. Although the Golden Dawn no longer exists, its influence helped create numerous mystical groups around the world. To move away from esoteric groups, we can't forget to mention the Order of the Knights Templar, also known as the Order of the Poor Knights of Christ. This secret society existed during the medieval period between 1118 and 1312 and aimed to protect Christians on pilgrimage to Jerusalem. Members took vows of poverty, obedience, and chastity. Despite being called knights, people from other social classes also joined the order, including infantry soldiers, priests, workers, and even some women. Despite the vow of poverty, the order owned many properties. An interesting fact is that because monasteries were very secure places, they often safeguarded the wealth of various people and even made loans. Some legends and literary works portray the Templars as guardians of sacred objects, such as the Holy Grail. According to these legends, The Grail was the cup used by Jesus Christ at the Last Supper and later used to collect his blood during the crucifixion. More famous than the Templars are the Illuminati, right? The term Illuminati is present in many conspiracy theories. Between 1776 and 1785, the group was inspired by the ideals of the Enlightenment movement. Its founder was Adam Weishaupt, a professor who sought to promote reason and knowledge. However, when Bavaria banned the creation of any group or society without prior authorization, the Illuminati were officially dissolved. Even so, many people continue to talk about the Illuminati and attribute various conspiracies to them. This is partly due to the Jesuit priest Augustin Baruel, who in 1797 accused secret societies like the Illuminati of having led the French Revolution. In 1798, the President of the United States, George Washington, wrote a letter saying that the threat of the Illuminati had been avoided. This statement increased suspicions and speculations about the order's continued existence. In a way, these suspicions have never completely disappeared. And finally, let's talk about one of the most controversial religious groups, Opus Dei. Although not exactly a secret society, it is a group connected to the Catholic Church that focuses on missionary work. The name Opus Dei comes from Latin and means work of God, based on the idea that all people can seek holiness. Created in 1928, Opus Dei still exists and in 2018 had about 90,000 members in 68 countries. Opus Dei gained notoriety after criticisms and controversial statements were published in books and the press. In some accounts, people reported practices of self-flagellation and extreme restrictions, such as the use of anti-masturbation pajamas. With this brief account of Opus Dei, we conclude our discussion about secret societies and groups. I hope you enjoyed it and take advantage of these 2 videos I have specially chosen for you. They are full of deep insights and fascinating discoveries that you will surely appreciate. Click on one of them to continue your journey of self-discovery and quest for wisdom with the amazing content our channel offers. Thank you so much for joining us. A big hug and see you in the next video.